Viewers' discretion is advised.
Approximately 1 million students drop out of high school.
Look, I fucking dropped out. My name is Adrian DeMack, and this is my high school come up from $0 to $1 million in revenue. I started my entrepreneurial journey in 2020 when I realized that nursing and working the 9 to 5 wasn't for me. Before that, I crashed my parents' car, lost 2 of the most influential people of my life, and took one of the biggest leaps of faith to make all of this happen.
People are escaping the matrix at higher rates than ever before.
Is a community-wide issue like it's never been before.
When I was in high school, I never really understood how my classmates were already dead set on their career path. If you were the type of person that was unsure, afraid, and unconfident in that lifelong career and path, I understand exactly how you feel. Nearly 95% of teenagers nationwide are not confident in their selected career path when they enroll in college. I was one of them. I felt pressured to speed up my life because it seemed I was falling behind in life, and it planted the seed to enroll into nursing. I gotta ask them. One of the first times I realized that the bureaucratic system wasn't optional happened in high school after meeting a friend named Ace. I got him to play on the student versus teachers basketball game, and he was also a survivor of cancer. He told me the surgeries, chemotherapy, and distress, everything he had to fight through while growing up. It made me realize that the amount of complaining that I've been doing, getting in my own way, was unmatched to the anguish that Ace was living through.
Let them know what's happening. Let them know what's coming, bro.
Can't believe I'm here right now.
This is where I used to sit. I remember sitting here doing a bunch of exams. You can just imagine like all the students just lined up here listening to one teacher.
Now, to keep it short, I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't even want to become a nurse. Something that I really wanted to do was get into film, which explains why I've been posting YouTube videos. If you ever felt like life is moving too slowly in comparison to everyone else, that's exactly what my head was going through. So stuck between 2 paths, nursing and film, I felt that there was a ticking time bomb that would end my life if I didn't make a quick enough decision. Within 10 days, I had to decide which degree between nursing and film was more valuable. And since film seemed like a degree that wasn't necessary and all I had to do was just pick up a camera and press record, turns out nursing was a degree that made more sense to earn. And I know that I can't be the only one that thinks that way.
The younger generation will have a lower standard of living than their parents.
Well, you heard the professor say it was one particular caring teacher who helped him turn it around. What worked with you?
To finish your degree may cost you 50 grand more. People are looking at it as in you're already halfway through, you might as well just complete it.
Now listen, school was fun. It was an experience to say the least, but I had no fulfillment with the work I was doing there. I felt like I was getting robbed of every single assignment I had to hand in. And it's funny because a lot of people say things like, I can't focus, or I don't know why I'm failing classes. The answer is simple. You don't belong there. So I dropped out. And a few months later, I started entrepreneurship. I took the biggest risk, moved out of my parents' house, and started my online business. One of my mentors, Tapa, introduced me to dropshipping. And there was this one specific strategy that helped me make over $10,000 per month without having to show my face, without having to invest into ads or inventory. It was called TikTok Organic. So I tried it out and made $27,000 in 1 month, which was something I have never seen before. And because I was making thousands of dollars every single week, sometimes every single day, I took a life-changing trip with my mentor to go all in Miami. But before all that, 3 days after landing, I received one of the most devastating texts of my life. She's gone. You know, in moments when you feel like you have the most momentum, in moments where you feel that you have everything going right, eventually life will hit you with a test. And that test was to continue building the dream that I could, persevere, and continue learning to pave the way for my future. And in moments when you think that it couldn't get any worse, a few weeks later, I received a call from Ace. He was losing another fight to cancer. And 2 days later, Ace passed, and it put me in a mindset to lock in and make sure I do everything I can to make it work. And for that entire year, I put my head down. It became clear that in no circumstance I will ever go back to school.
This is what really ruined it for me. I always wanted to surround myself with like top tier people, entrepreneurs, people just making a lot of money. A lot of the adults here, they're just big kids. Imagine this, you see one of your nursing classmates that's well in her 30s. She's partying like a fucking mad rat, shrooms in the fridge, weed everywhere, kid in the bedroom, sleeping, 6 years old, 30 years old, fucking stuck in the rat race like that. That could never be me. Dropped out, best decision of my life.
Now, money wasn't the only thing that I was after, but also a new environment. After spending 3 months in Miami, having that epiphany and learning from some of the sharpest entrepreneurs, I went back to live in my hometown for 6 months until securing a new place in Toronto. Toronto is one of Canada's most beloved cities, and with rent coming down on us, investing into more software, more team members, more business opportunities, it became very clear that the best thing to do would be to continue more dropshipping stores and also start my personal brand. At the end of the year of 2021, we hit big, cashing in over $281,000 in Q4 with a one product store. That store was able to cover the entire year of rent and other fixed costs that were keeping the business alive. And knowing what I know and the proof of results I was pulling at the time, I felt that I could help a lot more people out. So I began to teach it, even sell TikTok Organic as a service to help plenty of brands scale on the TikTok Organic platform. What would you do if you were able to cover rent for an entire year because of one store?
The number one, guys.
Tate, what are we?
We are the number one TikTok agency in the entire world.
Agency, because TikTok's going crazy right now.
A TikTok agency?
Yeah.
So what are we gonna tell the boys then?
Around this time, we scaled the agency to 100K months, though the profit margins of these months were not exactly where we wanted it to be. You see, what I learned is that scaling the business required hiring many more people. We even got to the point of moving new team members into the older cribs that we still had. If you were to read this book called Traction, it goes over how you need to hire A players in a business to scale to millions of dollars every single month. And luckily, we were able to find those key players, and soon enough, I am very confident we will be hitting those numbers very, very soon.
Because I was making thousands of dollars every single week, sometimes every single day, I took a very big leap and I decided to take a trip to Miami.
Now, before I get into all of this, let me tell you, I was very hesitant on starting a personal brand. It wasn't really the work that I was worried about, but more so the fact I had to show my face, which was something I wasn't sure of doing. But at the same time, it's like, life is like this game where you get to choose what you want to do. You can be what you want to be, and I fell in love with being on camera, and it rewarded me with plenty of things that I'll never forget. You know, I really enjoy being that person that can provide value for people every single day, and I want to be able to do this for a very long time. What I learned was that one small change in a person's habits can change the trajectory of a person's entire life. Remember this Easter egg when you start. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Stay focused. The last thing you want to do is look back years from now and say, I wish I could have done that when I was younger. Leave no room for regret. But to keep it very short, a lot of my time in Miami was spent working, building up my personal brand, which I went from 0 to 26,000 subscribers on YouTube, and also building the Cash Cow Academy, which is where I've been teaching over 1,000 students to start their own dropshipping stores and start seeing an online income.
Have you guys gotten your first sale yet?
Not yet.
Make it an objective. Make it a goal. Make it a milestone. Get your first sale, get that experience, get that feeling, and then one day you're gonna figure out a way to multiply that hundreds of times.
Link in description. But quick FYI, behind the scenes of this luxurious and lucky life you see from me is a lot of work, a lot of calls, a lot of product optimization to make sure that the students get the best results, and it's an ongoing process that's happening right now as Cash Cow will become one of the biggest entrepreneurial communities for beginners and veterans. But this is my journey, and yours could look a lot similar like mine. I still do dropshipping, I still do YouTube. My hands are just a little bit more full with other opportunities. In the past few years, I've learned a lot and gained a lot of experience in business and in life, and I'm willing to share everything that I know for anyone that is interested in learning too. But coming to the end of this mini documentary, if you enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe. And again, thank you for watching this mini doc. Peace.